Hi everyone, welcome to your July tarot card reading. Thanks so much for being here. I have two quick announcements. The first about my schedule, and then the second about my services and changes to my channel, okay? First of all, if you're interested in booking a private reading, I'm only going to be available the first couple of weeks of July, sort of piggybacking from June, okay? I'm moving to Europe, and I'm going to need a couple weeks to travel there, get settled, find a place, an apartment, all that good stuff. So I'm just going to be, my mind's not going to be in the proper place to be doing private readings. So I'll keep my website up, but if you book, at the last part of July, I'm probably not going to deliver your reading until August. So I just wanted to let you know that as well. Changes to my services, okay? I'm officially undergoing, learning astrology. I'm beginning. I would never call myself an astrologer at this point in time, and I've said that many, many times. But I am going to start offering software generated reports alongside your tarot card reading. So if it's your birthday and you want your birthday solar return snapshot, I'll be able to offer that for you. If you want, your next 3, 6 months or a year-long transit report, types of things that you can expect, progressing reports, all those types of things. Again, it's not my interpretation, it will be computer generated, but it will be an add-on to your tarot card readings if that's something that you guys want. As far as astrocartography, I'm going to be offering a little bit of a service since I am learning and really delving into that realm of astrology. I will be offering some analysis for that as well within the next couple of weeks. You'll be able to book that on my website. It'll be very basic, very simple. It will be very cost effective because again, I'm not a professional yet, so I'm still learning, so you'll kind of need to bear with me and just deal with the fact that I might take, a more simplistic approach to it and just kind of do some pinpoints and some bullet points for you and that kind of thing. My channel is going to expand and begin to incorporate more astrology as well because it is truly a passion of mine. Not so much talking about transits and what this full moon means. I think we all kind of have, if you like that kind of thing, you probably have an astrologer that you like already. So I don't want to try to piggyback on anyone else. I kind of want to take a little bit of a different road with it and offer something unique and something very different and something that I hope provides value. But that will come in time as I study and as I grow and as I learn. It will come in time. But I just want to let you know that my channel will be changing. I will likely change the name of my channel as well. And when I feel comfortable, then I will begin to offer private or personalized astrological readings for you, okay? But in the meantime, thanks for listening. Enjoy your July reading. And that's it. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello Cancer, how are you? Welcome to your July 2017 tarot card reading. Thanks so much for being here. Let's go ahead and just dive right in. I've already been preparing the deck for you, so let's go ahead. Okay, actually, that one really wanted to come out, so we'll go with the top one. Okay. The Ace of Swords. I'm seeing a... It's been kind of a little bit of a theme for some of my private readings over the past week or so, and it's coming out very sharp for me. Sharp-minded, sharp-tongued, like no one's going to fool you, okay? Or some of you are on the search or on a mission for truth of some kind. I'm not necessarily sensing that you have it already, but rather that you are seeking it. Something may have come to light recently. Maybe you are trying to get more information. Maybe you're trying to learn more. But it's from a place of survival almost, you need to know if this relationship is ever going to work, or you need to know if this situation will work, or, whatever it is, you need to know. What's crossing you is the Emperor. Now, that may be you, okay? Or it could be someone else, but it is someone that is strong and maybe a little bit more in control. Okay, if it's someone else, they may have a little bit more power than you. If it's you, you may have more power than someone else. But it is, in effect, that power that is getting in the way. It's getting in the way of truth. The Emperor is a very difficult person to read sometimes, because sometimes the Emperor doesn't have emotional depth. Can be very emotionally repressed, and it can, maybe some of you are seeking depth in someone else. Maybe you're seeking some form of stir or emotion in someone, and maybe some of you are searching for that within yourself. You want to care about someone or something, you want someone else to care about you, and it's just kind of, it is a little bit of a power struggle. You know, and the Emperor can be difficult because it is an incredibly stubborn energy, you know, stubborn and not about to bend. You know, we all need to bend sometimes. Our lives and our relationships depend on our adaptability because, let's be honest, as we travel through life, we are not the same person on a day-to-day basis. You know, we consistently are being forced to face challenges and forced to face issues that come up and that arise that shape who we are. And when someone doesn't use those experiences to grow and to expand and to become a better, more understanding, more open-minded individual, it does, in fact, lend itself to issues. Okay, now this could be a temporary mindset. We all go through temporary bouts of not wanting to bend, you know, it just is what it is. Foundationally, the Ten of Wands, someone's been putting in a lot of work, okay, a lot of effort, a lot of trying. I'm sorry, I know you guys can't really see these. I'll try to hold them up. A lot of trying, a lot of effort. You know, this is the Spartans coming in. I forget this story. There was like a movie about it, but, you know, the Spartans 300 coming in and conquering the nation. You know, they knew what they were up against. And I think some of you know what you're up against. You're against an emperor. You're up against almost like an empire, you know. And you are willing, or have been in the past, have been willing to fight that battle. Four of Swords reversed. Your mind is obviously not in a state of rest. There does seem to be a lot of action this month, okay? I think there's something going on with Mars. I'm not sure exactly, but there does seem to be a lot of action and not so much like stagnation, you know? Some months I tell you, like, just relax, chill out, it'll all be cool. And then other months it's like, no, you got to get up, you got to go do something. This month I'm sensing the message might lend itself to, in spite of all this energy that you have inside of you, things may kind of come and kind of work against you. So it's advisable to not be reactive, okay, to be more responsive, to think things through before you say things, especially, again, once you're going up that Emperor. I see the Emperor as kind of being a brick wall sometimes, especially when it's in a challenged position. You're dealing with someone that does not want to be penetrated. They have, not sexually, but, you know, you don't want someone they don't want you inside. They don't want you affecting them. They're trying to maintain their control, and in spite of your efforts and in spite of your frustrations, it just kind of is what it is. Coming in, Nine of Wands, this is a breakdown of barriers, or actually, as soon as that entered my mouth, I was like, nope, it's the opposite. Extreme barriers. An intensified sense of protection, an intensified sense of, like, this Emperor is like, seriously, the whole reading is about this person, okay? And about their energy and their lack of openness, their lack of willingness to work with you. They are protecting something. And Cancer, the crab, you know, you have an incredibly tough exterior, okay? So if someone is giving you the cold shoulder, you're going to give them the cold shoulder right back. Okay, if you're the one doing it, it's hard because this isn't easy to work with. If you are the emperor here and it's you and your protection of yourself and trying to keep people out or trying to keep someone out, you may in effect be isolating yourself in some way. This is a very lonely place to be. Nine of Wands. You know, 10 of Wands often lends itself to like purpose. You know, the Nine of Wands does require courage, right? And strength and, you know, all these good qualities. But when you're talking about love in a relationship, you're talking about working together in a team, or you're talking about, you know, progress. This is not a good place to be because you are trying to do it by yourself. But not only then are you isolating yourself, but you're isolating the people that are important around you. So it could be someone else, could be you. I'm going to kind of keep it open so you can kind of interpret as needed. I don't know why I see her as always like spying, because she's kind of giving out of the corner of her eye, like still kind of watching, a little bit manipulative, like trying to see what the other person is going to do, or trying to see what how the other person is going to react. And even this card here is an image of Cleopatra, you know, and I don't necessarily always see her as being the most warm and fuzzy person either. You know, there's an agenda there. Be careful of what it is you're trying to get other people to do. And if someone is manipulating you or behaving in a certain way in order to beget certain results, I don't know how successful that's really going to be. So just be cognizant of your ability to be manipulated and others, and your ability to manipulate others as well. The Sun. Okay, that's a beautiful card. I love this Sun. It's so peaceful. It is so calm. I think this is really where you want to go. This is really where you want to be. You want everything to kind of be over. You want everything to just be still, to be quiet, to be, you know, even keeled. You know, that's a more Cancerian way, right? When the emotions don't have to be on the roller coaster. Right now, Four of Swords, your mind is very active, and in spite of the fact that perhaps you need a little bit of a rest, you need a little bit of a break, and that's here, front of the mind, it doesn't really necessarily look like you're going to be getting one anytime soon. This is for July, okay? I mean, it's probably going to change within the next 2 to 3 weeks, but still 2 to 3 weeks of this kind of tension and this kind of frustrated energy can be difficult to work with. And the Three of Swords. The blues here are speaking, I mean, they're like deep, navy, rich blues. The blues, like you've got the blues. You are a little bit down, which makes me sad because it's July and it's summer and it's beautiful, and hopefully my camera focused, okay? But, you know, heartbroken perhaps that the situation wasn't different. Heartbroken that you had to be so protective. Heartbroken that your desire for truth, maybe you found something out that you didn't want to know. You know, maybe you found something out that was better if you didn't know. Or your desire to know was kind of turning even a little bit more into an obsession, you know, and then you obsessed and you found out and you're like, wow, maybe you're happy, you know, maybe some of you aren't happy that you know, maybe it would have been better, I don't know, but, you know, there is a sense of disappointment and sorrow and sadness here. And you're not about to let someone come into that crab shell of yours and partake in your loving goodness. Devotee of Coins, not about to make an offer. This is a really tough reading, Cancer. You're going through something. You're going through something and it's hard, and there's not a lot of giving. There's not a lot of communication. Communication now, I think, is going to be very, very tough. And any communication that does occur is likely not going to be satisfactory. Okay, Devotee of Coins, like the Page of Coins in the reversal, there's also a sense perhaps of some lie as well, or some form of omission of truth, if you will. If you're waiting for an offer from someone or an apology, or if you're waiting for them to tell you something, it's very likely that you won't get it right now, and you can't force it. This is not something that can be forced, unfortunately, because if you try to force it, remember, you're going up against the Emperor. Maybe you're both the Emperor, right? And you both have those cold, hard exteriors. You're both going up against each other. That's a setup for failure. The best recommendation I can give you now is to just... I hate to say just relax, because that's so simple and so trivial, but maybe for lack of a better way to say it, to just retreat a little bit and to not get so heated and to not get so emotional right now, because emotions are running high. This is an extreme reading for you guys, okay? Yes, hope of strength, of course. Hope of taming the beasts. I love this card. I love that she doesn't just have a lion, but that she has a wolf there too on the side. Where's my camera? All beasts and all of our, wild animalistic tendencies to get upset, to display anger, or to display... or to, survival, to get what you want, the manipulation aspect that I was talking about. Hope of having strength and courage, but fear that you won't have it as well. It goes both ways. And the outcome is the Enchantress of Cups. This is your card. I love this card. Oh my God, this is my favorite one. Love, love, love. But there's intensity. I mean, look, this is an image of Cersei. She's, like a sorceress, okay? And she is, in effect, poisoning the river to rid the world of her lover's lover, okay? I mean, it's a very... like there's a beauty to it, but there's also sourness. The love is pure, but the obsession and the possessiveness here is really intense, okay? So I think you're feeling a lot of intensity, and you are feeling a desire to control the outcome. You're feeling a desire to control and to manipulate, how this is going, but someone else is also doing that to you. So I think there's a lot of games being played here. There's a lot of games being played here. There's a lot of push-pull right now. Hopefully with the next layer we'll see a little bit more, some more lightness, if you will. Maybe even any recommendations to kind of get out of it. The Enchantress of Cups. Look at how much blue, okay? Blue is the speaker of truth and acknowledgement of truth, okay? With the Ace of Swords in the center, like I said, there's a sharpness to it. It's a sword. It's a two-edged sword, and it goes both ways. And I think that there's truth that you're facing, that you're staring at the demons right in the face. And I think you don't like what you see. You don't like what you see, and therefore you're trying to do something about it. But there is a lot of pain for a lot of you. And it doesn't have to be like so, extreme. Like if you're in a relationship, it's an issue. That's it. It's an issue. It's something you're dealing with. It's something that, requires disappointment. You may be having a little bit of an argument or a tiff with your partner, or finding solutions to this issue may be a challenge right now, and maybe you're both kind of trying to get the other person to kind of come over to your side, kind of thing. But there's truth about the nature of the person that you're dealing with. There's truth about who they are, their true colors, if you will. coming out with the Fool. Again, I love this deck because it brings out more human emotion than a lot of the other decks. And this is, you know, the Fool is a great, it's number 0, it's the beginning card, the major arcana, it's a fresh start, new beginning, yada, yada, yada. But there's ferocity here. And it's almost fueled from a place of anger. You know, this is an image of Orpheus, who was a musician, and he and his wife were taken by Hades. And Hades said, I will let you both go if you, Orpheus, do not look back before you leave the shade. Unfortunately, he looked back before he left the shade, and Hades stole his wife. Okay, so he's now forced to face a life alone without her. And sometimes there is that pain and there is that, you know, anger that something didn't work out that fuels you and launches you into the next chapter of your life. Again, I'm being very dramatic right now. Not all of you are going to be so like, rah, you know what I mean? But I'm doing it for illustration purposes only. But this isn't really a blank slate. You know, you might be ready for a new beginning or a new chapter, but there's no way that you can do it without the past experiences that you've already gone through, you know? But you're ready. You're ready for things to now be different. Plain and simple. I want things to be different. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. We'll see. The Artisan of Cups. Again, not sure exactly who this is, so I'll speak to the archetype. Artisan of Cups, this is the card of Pisces, okay? It is a card of fanciness, okay? Hedonism as well. But it doesn't have to be bad. It's refinement and dreaminess and elegance and appreciation of beauty and the finer things in life. But this particular, you know, being a knight or an artisan in this deck is more the superficial aspects of life. There's not too much depth here, not too much purpose, not too much, you know, drive with purpose or motivation. It's just floating by one thing to the next. And maybe some of you are like, well, then what am I fighting for if there's no substance here? What am I fighting for? And I'm trying to find truth, but I'm finding that there is no depth, or there is no truth, or there is no next level. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Like what you see on the surface. Remember how I was saying that the Emperor is very surface level? And some of you may come up like empty-handed, be like, I'm trying to find more to this person, or I'm trying to find more meaning to this situation, and it's just not there. So why does it exist? Some of you may be questioning, you know, if you're just dating someone and you're trying to get to someone and they're just not reciprocating, and they're just not like, it's just not, you know? And that just is tough to deal with, especially for a water sign who has so much depth and so much intensity, you know? And Two of Cups. This person, this situation, whatever it is, has stirred you. It has affected you at one time in the past, okay, or very recently, or even now. Still something that you very much want. You want this. You want this person. You want this love. You want this life. You want everything, and you want everything to be peaceful. There is an undertone of everything that you just want peace. You just, you know, you're not the most aggressive sign normally. I mean, you can be, but not normally. You enjoy peace. You enjoy things to be easy. You enjoy things to be good. And for cooperation, you know, you are a cardinal energy, so you do like to begin new things. And you need a partner in crime to do that. Nine of Coins. Nines. Nine of Wands, Nine of Coins. The nines are independent energies, okay? So it alleviates the presence of another person here. meaning that your focus will shift toward you, okay? Toward your own abundance, toward your own comfort, your own goals, your own ambitions, and you're going to maybe even stop worrying so much about this other person. Some of you may break up. If you're in a standing relationship, it's likely that you're just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to do what I want. This other my partner can just like go and, you know, whatever. That's fine, you know. And you're going to start putting yourself in the front seat. Some of you may come to a point of acceptance as well, you know, that in spite of what you guys have gone through, that you are just going to have to kind of accept the good with the bad and just make the best of it. And some of you will. And you will be successful in that endeavor. You will find grounding, because this is not the most grounded energy, you know. This is a grounded energy. You will find something solid here. And the Artisan of Swords. Interesting to have two artisans. This one is more about preparedness, I feel, okay? Here you have the blacksmith, you know, presenting the sword for, you know, to the committee, if you will, for battle. And, you know, this is my new design, it's whatever, it's lightweight, I don't know, whatever. And being proud of your accomplishments as well. It seems to be like, I'm not saying this necessarily as someone else, okay? I'm seeing it more that you are prepared to do what you need to do in order to find peace in your life. Some of you may really truly be at a very significant crossroads in your life. You know, some of you may be thinking about leaving a partner, or some of you may be thinking about making major revision to your relationship because, again, you want the good back. And it seems to be like there hasn't been good in the near past, right? In the recent past, I mean. So you're going to go do your own thing. And you're going to focus on you, but also be prepared should this person come and affect you in a negative way. You're not afraid to fight, you know. And there is a lot of aggression here. And there is a lot of standing up for yourself and self-respect. This is a card of self-respect and self-honor as well. Honoring yourself, honoring your ambitions, okay? Because when you think about it, you know, love is great. Partnerships are great. But we really truly are in this human experience as individuals. And no one can live our life for us. And there may be some realization or recognition of that as you begin on this new path, in this new direction. And no one's going to stop you from where you're going, no matter how much you love them or loved them. Six of Swords. A lesson, okay? Some of us may really be feeling the effects of this Saturn retrograde. You know, the Saturn retrograde in Sagittarius, it is karmic, right? And we have one every year. I think it's every year. It is karmic, and it is, you know, a time when we do learn about ourselves, and a time when we do learn about our limitations and our true boundaries, and we can either expand or we can restrict or restrain ourselves. Six of Swords is about movement. There is a lot of movement in this reading, which I think is really positive for you. And it's not participating in the temptations of life or the temptations of some of our even own emotions, because our own emotions can be very tempting. Our desire to understand and to know But you know, sometimes it's like even the search for truth just to even inflict pain on ourselves sometimes, you know, for some of you that are having partners that are maybe being unfaithful or that are hurting you, the more you dig for the truth, the more painful it becomes, and yet you continue to do it over and over and over. Well, this is your chance to really take the lessons that you have learned about yourself and the intensity that you have, and to not give in, to not feel lured in, because we have the sirens here. There's 2 siren cards in this deck, which I love, because truly we can be our own temptations. Truly we can be our own. We really are the only thing that holds us back anyway, you know. Especially if you're from a more westernized culture, US, Australia, Canada, Europe, you know, there's empowerment there. You're not necessarily, I mean, this is debatable, but not necessarily being suppressed by society as a whole, right? So you do have a lot of free will and a lot of ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. So here's your chance to do what you need to do when you need to do it. And the Magician. Again, this is coming out a lot as well, the Magician. I think I did 2 readings on Instagram, and this came out both times, today and yesterday. And again, self-empowerment, creation, another card of Circe, the sorceress. And the sorceress mixes things, creates potions for purpose, you know, and has all the tools at her disposal. Some of you may need to be careful of other sorcerers in your life, other magicians in your life, people that may be trying to mislead you or persuade you or manipulate you, like I said in the beginning, because with your emotions running so intense, it's likely that you will do things for short-term satisfaction rather than long-term satisfaction. So be cognizant, again, like I said, don't react, but rather respond to things. Really think things through, because the universe is giving you an out if you need one. Okay, again, if you're in a relationship and you're not about to get a divorce, that's fine. It just means to moving away from an issue, or moving away from an argument, or something that has created tension in your relationship. Okay, so if you can fill in the gaps, that would be great. And the Shipwreck, in the hopes and fears. I know that you're afraid of not having grounding, but this is a hope and fear. This is more of a reality. This is me telling you that this is tarot telling you that you will land on both feet. And in spite of turbulence in your life and in your relationship, that again, it's all with purpose. The universe wouldn't cause your ship to wreck unless it wanted you to land on this shore. Okay? And some of you may have had cracks in the foundation of your relationship since day 1, and yet they were ignored. And now you're it's all sort of coming to fruition, and now you're having to kind of deal with the consequences of that. And the Three of Cups. This is serious. Super, super serious. Three of Cups to me, I always say it's like the party is over. Like those high school movies. This is the analogy I always use. You may have heard it before. It's the high school parties high school movies, I'm sorry, where the parents leave and the kids have the party when the parents are gone. And at the end, you know, the cops come and whatever, and the kids get in trouble. That's that moment when the cops show up. Everything's starting to, like, the fun celebration's over. It's time to really face reality and to be honest with yourself. Remember, the very first card is the Ace of Swords. That's a sharp card. And sometimes it hurts, you know, to be honest. And sometimes it hurts to know the truth. But maybe that is what you need, ultimately, in order to find your grounding. And the Four of Wands, see, stability. And we also had the Emperor, which is also number 4. Okay, and the fourth house in the wheel, this is the astrological wheel as well. That represents, you know, your soul, okay? It represents your roots, if you will. And your home, but not like your house, but, you know, your home and where you came from and your conditioning and all of that. This is the card of celebration, and it is a card of feeling safe and secure, all right? And it's important for you, in spite of all the turbulence in your life, or in spite of all the unpredictability in your life right now, it's important for you to reach back to your roots. It's important for you to reconnect with the true sense of who you are, because when you're going through something like this, when you're having a Enchantress of Cups moment, and you're feeling intensity, and you're feeling like even obsession or possessiveness or whatever, and you're kind of on edge, ready to fight, you know, there's a lot of, like, could really turn on a dime here. But if you can remain true to who you truly are and to where you truly came from, including your own morals and ethics and your own belief system, it will make everything a little less dramatic, you know. And the Ten of Swords, it indicates an ending of some kind. Tens always indicate an ending. And, you know, shattering of illusions and, you know, things. I think this is it Icarus who flew too close to the sun and fell? I think that's what this card is. Fell from the sky. You know, your hopes and your expectations maybe were just a little bit too high, that they kind of did wrong by you. But again, that's your own doing at times, you know. Realism is the name of the game for you this month. Keeping it real, you know, because, and that's hard, and it's not always appropriate to do that, right? Sometimes it is appropriate to be more imaginative and more dreamy and to feel things. But right now, I think, see, Seven of Cups. I just think the more realistic and the more grounded you can be, the more easy, quote unquote, some of these energies might be as they come and pass through your life. Seven of Wands is the card of fighting, you know, and feeling defensive and feeling like maybe you're the only one fighting, you know. Again, the Emperor, like I said, there's that brick wall, and maybe you are the one putting forth all the effort, or someone else is trying to put forth all the effort with you. And that cold, hard exterior, that crab shell of yours, is getting in the way. Seven of Cups is a card of creativity and imagination. So, contradictory to what I just said, okay? Seven of Cups is an opportunity for you to begin manifesting the way you feel your life should be. I kind of see the Seven of Cups as being like it's about options, right? It's about choices and having a lot of different things to choose from. And in essence, in life, we do have unlimited options, if you know, kind of. But the Nine of Coins is one of those choices. So you can indulge in the turbulence, or you can indulge in security. At this point in time, indulging in security would make more sense. Okay, indulging in safety, in groundedness, indulging in your Four of Wands, in your root system. The Empress. Okay, see, it's beautiful. I love this. Some of you may be dealing with an air sign. If you are, my goodness, air and water, it's tough enough as it is. I see the Empress as being a Taurus and Libra, okay? But then the air quality, this is also a Gemini here, okay? But the Empress is someone that is strong and resourceful. All right, that's you having to fight. You're gonna have to fight at some point. You're gonna have to tap into your self-respect and be like, nope, this is not in line with how I see this going. Absolutely not. Okay. I don't know why I started shuffling. I must have needed to. Okay. And the Enchantress of Swords as well. Oh God, so many swords, so many air energies, like air and water coming out. And then you have the fire of the Emperor in the center. And see, she is also the keeper of truth. Okay. I love this Empress of Swords. She's like my favorite. She is the prophetess. She holds scrolls of truth. She knows. But see the redness of her robe. She is also very passionate as well. And her blood is often hot-tempered as well. Okay, so there may be some of you cutting people out of your life. There may be some of you being mean as well, or someone is being mean to you. I feel like there is going to be an exposure of some secret, or it's something that your intuition is telling you that perhaps is likely very true. She knows truth. And the High Priestess as well. These always come out together for me. I have no idea why. The High Priestess. You know, she's so secretive, but also another prophetess, right? She is the intuition, the mind's eye, that gut feeling. Some of you really, really need to pay attention to that gut feeling, okay? And to not get lost in justifications and rationalizations, and just kind of accept that the truth, Ace of Swords, is going to be a tough pill to swallow. It is going to be a tough pill. And the Enchantress of Wands and the Five of Swords. What are you protecting, Cancer? I think you're kind of hoping that everything is, you know, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, or whatever the saying is. Everything is good, everything's kosher. You know, I think you're hoping that you're maybe also a fire sign as well. Your fire person is going to be everything that they, you know, that they're projecting out, that they truly are what you think they are, but in fact you know that they are not, I think. And this is what you need to be, all right? The Ace of Swords, or the Queen of Swords, very on point, all right? It's opposite. You're very out of your element here, all right? Fire, or water and air. Water and air. I mean, that's a tough mixture enough as it is. Water and fire, okay? I mean, again, tough mix as it is. So you're having to tap into sides of yourself that might be very uncomfortable and very foreign to you, but you are doing it out of protection, you know? And how long are you going to play these games? How long are you going to continue in this behavior when the universe is giving you a way out? It's giving you a chance to move on and to not be hurt and to not be affected by these things anymore. You were the only one fighting, okay? Or someone was fighting and someone was defending, but things aren't lining up. Things aren't matching, okay? So you need to be honest. Honest with yourself is one of the hardest things we need to do as human beings, you know? So find your grounding. Find a solid state. You know, you don't necessarily need to be confrontational. If someone comes to you and kind of has an edge, you can fight back, but you don't need to engage so heavily in the aggressive side that might kind of be coming. Again, not necessarily natural to you, maybe natural to some of you, but passion is running deep, tensions are running hot, and it's time to be careful and to walk on eggshells for yourself a little bit, okay? a tough reading, but I think you'll be okay. I think everything will be okay, all right? Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next month. Bye.